What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. I was surprised to hear this piece of news, but after looking into it and really thinking about it, it's actually not as much as a surprise as you would believe. Now, recording artist, actor Tyrese Gibson and his wife are divorcing after 5 years or four? I believe it was 4 years of marriage, right? Together for 5 years. And I have seen some comments about this, and it really got me to thinking the root cause of this. Because the one thing that has really been on my mind, now I just cannot understand, is how people who say that they're still in love with each other, who say they have no issues with each other. Well, they didn't say that, but you're assuming that there's no issues. You release joint statements and you act like everything is good, no problems here. Then why are you getting a divorce? You see, marriages have always come with problems. That's why some marriages outlast others. This is exactly why you don't waste your time getting married. Because if you already have 1 foot out the door, why even take the time to get married in the first place? Unless it's beneficial to you. And in this video, I truly believe she wanted out of that marriage more than Tyrese. And I say that because of, you look at the joint statements, and somebody pointed this out. Her statement was a lot more colder than his was. In his statement about the breakup, he genuinely seemed like he was still in love with her. In her statement, she alludes to love being there, but also that she's pretty much over this. And again, Tyrese is a bit of an eccentric in the things that he has said and the things that he has done, right? We all know this. We all know that Tyrese, he can be out there sometimes, but that's Tyrese. And Tyrese has been like that for a while, even before they got married. Now, maybe he turned it up a little bit more. Like we all know about the infamous video of him sobbing about his daughter. And I honestly feel like that may have contributed to where we are today in her eyes, man. I'm telling you. But let's get into this TMZ article. Tyrese has more to say about the divorce as he announced Tuesday night. He says black families and marriages are under attack, and it all has to do with the kids watching and ultimately mimicking their parents. Tyrese announced that he and his wife Samantha are divorcing after almost 4 years of marriage. He says it's super friendly, but is now explaining why he thinks the marriage fell apart, which I told y'all it had more to do with her than him. I truly believe she wanted out of that marriage more than he did. Now, in his statement, and I'm going to read it, he talked about how, a lot of us as melanated people who may have grown up in single parent households, we don't know what a happy marriage is. We don't know how to conduct ourselves in a marriage. Even though this is Tyrese's second marriage. This is second marriage. Tyrese says, I've wrestled with this question. How can we naturally know how to be something we were never raised by? Most of us were raised in broken homes with no examples of what being a husband, wife, or father is, which is why Tyrese should stop trying to get married at this point, Tyrese posted this video of happier times when their daughter was learning how to walk. Tyrese seems to feel remorse nonetheless, saying, I hope you know that I did the very best I could. I truly did. But he still holds out hope that he and Samantha can repair what's broken. I pray we leave the door open because the God we serve is a mountains mover. and can make a way out of no way. In announcing the divorce, Tyrese said, "Our intention is to remain the best of friends and strong co-parents." Now, there was a situation that occurred recently as well. Okay. Where is it? Tyrese's car was stolen from in front of his house. This is in a very nice neighborhood. How does your car get stolen? But it did. And this is according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Popular actor and songwriter Tyrese Gibson had his SUV stolen from the driveway of his Buckhead mansion early Tuesday, authorities said. Gibson, who is known for his roles in the Fast and Furious movies, parked his Range Rover in his driveway around 1:15 a.m., but left the key fob in the cup holder. And the Atlanta police spokeswoman Tashina Brown said in an emailed statement, around 8 a.m. he noticed his vehicle was missing and called the police. Security footage showed a sedan pulled up to the celebrity driveway after circling around the cul-de-sac shortly after 2 a.m. According to Brown, a man exited the passenger side of the sedan and opened the door to Gibson's Range Rover before getting inside, she said. He then drove away in the SUV, Brown said, trailing the car that dropped him off. Atlanta police had seen a rise in vehicle thefts over the past couple of months, mostly in the more affluent parts of the city along the Peachtree corridor from Buckhead to downtown. Now, I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I was told that a lot of the neighborhoods in Atlanta, the nice neighborhoods, are very close to the not so nice neighborhoods. Anybody from Atlanta who has a, because that's what I have heard from people. They say that basically the nice neighborhoods, right, not too far from the not so nice neighborhoods. It's all kind of connected in a way, kind of weird. If you know about that, then let me know. We're seeing this pattern over and over. Atlanta Police Department Chief Michael O'Connor said last month, I believe roughly 70% of vehicles stolen this year have been stolen with the key fob inside. In addition to the Atlanta film Fast and Furious movies, Gibson has also appeared in Transformers franchise. On Tuesday, he announced his split from wife of 4 years. Tyrese, he also said that he bailed out those young men. He isn't pressing any charges. He said he bailed them out. They were young kids. And again, Tyrese, I'm not saying Tyrese is a bad guy by any means. He can be eccentric. He can be kind of all over the place. And again, she chose to marry this guy. But I do think that at some point she wanted out. She wanted out. And I think Tyrese knew that. But Tyrese understood that she probably still cares about him, but doesn't necessarily want to be in a marriage with him. But she has no problem with him, if that makes any sense. Because that's how it seems. Then why else would you get a divorce if everything is good? Now, I took a look onto her page, right? Samantha. And Samantha is very religious, like he is. That's the thing that brought them together. And she does like these Bible studies on her pages, which is fine, right? My thing is this. Is she going into a different lane? As far as, is she going into the ministering? Is she going to become a minister? Because that's what it seemed like to me. I get that vibe from her. But I'm going to say this. Even though what brought them together may be religion, maybe the fact that he's Tyrese, that he's a celebrity, I think at one point she wanted that. But I do think that Samantha wants a more quiet life. I think that she would prefer to not be in the spotlight. I think she would prefer to just not be in a marriage with Tyrese. Something happened with the car, with the key still being in the car at 1 a.m. I would believe they would have a garage to put the car in, but something went on. But the marriage was pretty much all over by then. So that wasn't the reason why this relationship fell apart. This relationship has been falling apart for the last couple of years. It has. And I think it had a lot to do with the fact that I don't believe she wanted that type of marriage anymore. She didn't. Just look at her page. She wants to go in a completely different direction. Wouldn't surprise me at all if she ends up in a relationship or married again to a guy who's a minister. It's becoming a trend. She's getting with ministers. But anyway, she does not want to be a celebrity wife anymore. She does not. She may still care about Tyrese, but I don't think she truly wants to be with Tyrese anymore, if that makes any sense. She wants to be able to go and build her own brand, whatever it may be. I see that she's been putting up fitness photos, like she's getting herself right for 2021. And there's another recent breakup I may speak about where the particular woman said that she is looking forward to new things in 2021. Even though she had an amicable breakup, everything is good, joint statements. She can't wait for the new year so she can, go out and do new things, experience new things. She actually said this before announcing the divorce. So women, for the most part, and again, Samantha doesn't seem like I'm not saying Samantha's a bad person at all. We all get to a point to where we want something different. I just wish people would be more honest about it. I just think that she has wanted out of this situation for quite some time, but because they had a kid together and because of CV, she was okay with how everything went. But once you go through a quarantine with somebody, that makes you want to get out of that situation just a little bit more,